Welcome to Gaming Daddies, the podcast where fatherhood meets the digital grind. I'm Chris, one of your three Gaming Daddies hosts, and each week the three of us sit down to talk about the games we're playing, how we balance gaming with family life, and the big conversations happening in the gaming world. Today's episode is a good one. It's all about diving into the good, the bad, and what were they really thinking of video game movies and shows. We're mainly going to be focusing on Borderlands, Mario, Minecraft, plus your TV hits like The Last of Us, Halo, and Fallout. So grab your controller, or maybe just your one free hour of peace and quiet, and let's hit start. Let's begin. So, boys, how was your week?
Not bad.
No,
Not too
pretty
bad.
good.
Yeah.
No major events, no major issues.
Peace and quiet, peaceful, non-eventful. That's never a bad thing. Did y'all get any gaming done? It was eventful.
Borderlands 4 came out. Hello.
Oh, okay. Well, hold on. We're getting there. Easy, Dad.
Uneventful, my butt.
Did you get any gaming done? Did you watch, read, or listen to anything good, y'all?
You know, Assassin's Creed Mirage for me. Yeah. Been digging into that game. It's good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Still enjoying it?
Yeah. I haven't had a whole lot of time to play just because of work, you know.
Sure.
But what little bit of time I've had, yeah, it's been good.
Nice little snippets of time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so good. It's been kind of both eventful and non-eventful, I guess. I mean, school was hectic. We had our big rivalry game this week. And like Friday, I've tanned so much in that day. Like our shirts are gray this year, and we had our first stadium rehearsal, and I swear my shirt was soaked like 4 different times throughout the day, just getting stuff down there and rehearsing and cleaning stuff back up. And then the ball game, just weather's disgusting. Like the humidity really is just the worst part. It's just annoying, honestly. But Noah turned 2 months old Wednesday.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Big man. He's getting ready to pay taxes. It's time for him to start paying rent and pulling his lot around here. He so with his 2 months, he had to get his vaccinations and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so he got like 18 of them or something. It was like 5, but like he got like 5 of them at the pediatricians. And so they gave him some liquid Tylenol after that, and he's just been really fussy the past few days, I guess, just getting over the effects of that stuff. So and so you give him some liquid Tylenol, though he really likes the taste of that cherry flavored liquid Tylenol is apparently the bee's knees, and he gets some of that, a little bit of milk, and he'll pass out and he'll hibernate for like a long stretch of time, and then we're back up to being fussy again. So I think he's on the other side of it now. He wasn't really as fussy today. But man, you could feel that knot in his leg where they gave him his shots. I feel so bad for the dude. Like, gosh.
Yeah, Ellen's got an adjusted vaccine schedule she needs to send to Nicole because they get like 5-6 shots all at once, and the adjusted one it's the same number of shots. It's spread out though, so it's like every time he goes for a checkup, he gets a shot, as opposed to all at one time.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's like maximum 2 shots when he goes, so
Really?
it's not as traumatic for him.
Oh yeah.
But it is. I mean, every time we go, he gets another shot. Anyway, but if y'all want to talk to your doctor about it, Ellen can send that to Nicole so y'all can have that.
Yeah, that'd be something worth looking into. I just felt bad for him. Like,
oh yeah,
just feeling that knot. You're like, oh, dude, I'm so sorry. And he feels bad. Like he starts getting feverish and all that stuff.
Yep.
And that time, and then when we had to take him to the hospital for 24 hours for his jaundice, they had to take care of his bilirubin levels or whatever, and they had him under that blue light. They had to put an IV into his arm, and they of course they took him out of the room that we're in to go and do that. But man, like he was screaming while he was in there, and like he came back, he was fine. But like you see his tiny little arm, like the IV line, the drip line coming out of him, but like he has this little inflatable splint. It's like blue tape all around it and all that stuff. He just feels so bad for him, you know. But like just as an aside, once he got like situated under that blue light, and he had like his cool little like eye mask thing over his eyes, he was straight chilling. Like he was fine. He was cool as a cucumber. He loved that thing. But anyway, so just been haven't done much gaming this week. Played a little bit more of Octopath Traveler, so I'm still plugging away at that. Of course, it's Borderlands week, Borderlands 4 week. We'll get to that in just a second, though. Just watching the same old amount of TV, finally reading a little bit of my comic books, listening to some good music. BT Bam's new album, The Blue Nowhere, dropped Friday, so I finally had the opportunity to start listening to that on the way to church this morning, and so just working my way through all that. And yeah, dude. So, what about you, Jay? Anything cool?
Similar life. We just got our first bit of stadium time yesterday morning with our band, and wake up call for sure. I know that you're all too familiar. You've been working on pavement with perfect lines and everything, but it's a whole lot different when you put them out there on turf.
Sure.
So yeah, I mean that was pretty much the only new stuff. Friday night game was, well, I would love to say it was uneventful, but Jarrett and I definitely had our hands full.
Oh yeah.
With a little bit. Can't go into too much detail, but
sure,
kids are going to be kids, and some years are just a little bit more challenging than others. But the game itself was a good one. The kids performed well. I was proud of them. Yeah,
we had a barn burner. It was like by 1 point the last 2 minutes of the game. It was actually kind of awesome. It was really, really good. Student section was so loud. God bless.
Well, see, at Bryant, we don't know what that 1 point stuff is. We usually kind of just blow them out right at halftime, and then the mercy rule's in effect at the beginning of the third quarter.
Home by 9.
It's just like rolling. Let's roll here. And sometimes they're close. I really thought that this game would be a little bit closer because I heard so much about Parkview.
Oh,
but yeah. I can't complain.
Up to the hype. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. So I've always wondered this because we have to deal with the wet bulb globe stuff, and so is that changed, like if you're using turf and pavement versus like regular grass? Because turf is like literally 25 degrees hotter on that surface compared to like the actual air temp, and I'm sure pavement's not too far behind that. So does that affect wet bulb and what you guys are allowed to do, or do you just go with it?
Well, no. Mostly because you can have covered turf, you can have covered concrete. I mean, you have to use your judgment. You have to be the adult that says, my shoe is literally melting on this pavement. Like, we can't be practicing on this. And so we take that into consideration. Like, if we have body that they're using their hands and knees on the pavement, then we may say, hey, no body today or something like that. But realistically, I mean, the wet bulb does not change due to the pavement. So we just have to make wise decisions about water breaks, access to shade, stuff like that. And I mean, and same thing with turf, direct sunlight versus an overcast. The wet bulb's going to go up with an overcast because of higher humidity, but it's going to lower the temp on the turf. So I mean,
a constant ebb and flow.
Yeah.
Anyways, just a random thought I had. So Borderlands 4, did we get it? Are we playing it?
Yes.
Where are we at?
Well, I think I know what Jay's going to say, but
do I want to? Yes.
Yeah.
But I am 3 games. I've been told I can skip one, even by my own son. Hayden said, "Look, you can just disregard the first Borderlands. It's not going to make a hill of beans difference with starting with 2." So that's pretty soon. I'm going to get 2 and 3 and try to just kind of get through them. I am not going to be a completionist. Watch episode 3 for about completionist attitudes. But yeah, I'm going to just try to get through them, the story, the campaign, and so I can get this 4 and all the hype that surrounds it.
Yeah.
Well, and I don't know the full story yet, but I can tell you it is not the same planet. It is not the same cast of villains or the same storyline centered. So honestly, I think you could even pick up Borderlands 4 fresh. and not have to know anything prior. The big thing is like, for me, it felt like coming home of like, I knew how to do the slides. I knew how the guns kind of worked. I understood the ebb and flow of a Borderlands game, but like I didn't have to know any backstory. I didn't have to know any character. I didn't have to know anything like that. Now, obviously, Claptrap's in it, and he's a very noticeable character from the other Borderlands series. So, but again, I'm only 3-4 hours into the game, so I really haven't dove that deep into it, so we'll see if there's more characters that come through that are noticeable. But
sure. So you're a few hours into the game already.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you like it so far?
It's I do. It's kind of like the Zelda Breath of the Wild, where it's like, hey, here's your prologue, here's some kind of intro stuff, and then it goes, oof, here's the world, do whatever you want, go whatever direction you want. Yeah, here's the mission that you need to go towards, but honestly, you start walking in that direction. Oh, boom, side quest, boom, side quest, boom, side quest. Oh, did you want to go the other way? Just go the other way. You can do whatever you want, wherever, whatever order. Leveling scales with you. So, like, it's not like, oh, you're in an area where this monster is 17 levels too high for you. No, it levels with you. So, I mean, I definitely got distracted. I had to be like, okay, what is the most important? And like you said, episode 3, we were talking about guides, and so I jumped on YouTube and I was like, okay, give it to me. What do I need to know? All these people that have played 30 hours, what do I need to do? Do I need to do side content? Do I need to level up my character, or do I just need to mainline campaign for a while and then come back and pick up some side quests later on? So they definitely suggested doing main content at bare minimum until you get your vehicle. Because you can start digistructing a vehicle, and then you just have the whole world opens up. And I was running around for probably at least 2 hours of my first 2 hours. So,
gotcha.
Anyway, no, it's cool. It's exciting. It's gorgeous. It's not like the other ones. The other ones are very barren, very a lot of browns, a lot of grays, a lot of dead world colors. And this one is very much an alive planet with lots of plant and wildlife activity. So
cool. I'm 45 minutes into that game. I just finished up the it's been a wild weekend. 45 minutes into the game. I just washed up on the beach, and that's where I'm at currently. Okay. So I did all the tutorial stuff. I like a lot what I've played. The most annoying thing is like adjusting the sensitivity of like your look and your aiming and stuff like that. That's kind of annoying to figure out at first. But it's definitely a lot of loot. Definitely a lot of loot. And even playing on normal, it's just like, well, you can't just like go and act like you own the place, because you'll get hurt pretty quick. I've learned having to actually like play the game and stuff. So I'm very excited to keep pressing forward. Who'd you choose as your character?
Mode.
Who'd you choose as your character?
So I am a big companion kind of person. I have to have a companion with me. So I chose Vex because she gets 2 options for companions. Nobody else gets a companion. She can either do the phantom like tiger kind of thing, or she can do like clones of herself that are like phantoms, and like they attack with melee weapons or guns or whatever. So right now I've got the tiger companion, but I mean, I like for them to, I'm more of a stay back and snipe, and I'll let my companion go and do the frontline stuff. So that's why I chose Vex. So I can finally be a siren. I've never been a siren before.
Yeah, that's going to be really cool. I chose Amon. He
of course
seems,
you did.
Yeah, you know, because I'm very much one lane type of player. But I think on my subsequent playthrough, I'll probably check out the Siren and see what that's all about. So, very exciting times. I'm excited to dig more into that. So, I wanted to try out a new segment this week. Because I've been getting a lot of listeners like who listen to us and all that stuff, like texting me or sending me messages, like asking questions. Hey, have you thought about this question? Listen to your podcast. I'm on my second listen of your podcast, or I'm on my second viewing of your podcast episode, and I just thought of these questions. So I thought we'd open it up for a segment of community questions. So I picked 3 out of the litany of things that were submitted to us, and I thought I'd just rapid fire it out to you and see how we do. No preparation time at all. I barely even read these, just enough to see if it sounded interesting. What do you guys think?
Let's do it.
All right. So our first one is from a listener, Aaron Schaefer in Texas. His question is, what is your favorite gaming memory with your wife? Is there a time that you played together and she did something hilarious, or is now a story you tell to your friends? Any cool gaming memories with your wives?
I'm going to say Rock Band.
Yeah.
That seems to be the only thing that we really, as a family, kind of played together. So, but with both Jessica and I, we would swap it up. I thought I would love playing the drums, being a percussionist. But the guitar was just so much fun. And so I would do that. She would play the drums. And then, of course, she would always get frustrated when I would try to give her advice on how to successfully play it. So we would put that on easy. And it's just so dumbed down. The easy stuff on drums would be so dumbed down. So, I mean, I don't know if that's a hilarious moment, but that's one of the big memories for me, playing with Jessica.
Ours comes from playing Mario Kart and any of the Mario Party games, honestly. Her and I are super competitive. Nicole and I are super competitive when it comes to playing. And we'll start the session by saying we're just gonna have fun and all that stuff. Let's play a few games, and then it turns at the drop of a dime. Like we're like at each other's throats. It's pretty funny. I'll be in the lead, and then like she'll blue shell me out of nowhere right before the finish line. She just comes barreling past me. I rage out. It's awesome. And then Mario Party. We're playing with the computer, right? Like with the other two AIs or whatever. But she's always stealing stars from me and always doing the bad stuff to me, and then her, because that's what you do. But no, it's really, really fun. So really not any singular favorite gaming memory when we play games. Is just all pretty well fun.
Sure. I think for Ellen and me, it's I mean, we do a lot of like couch co-op kind of stuff, even if it's or parallel play where I'm playing my game, she's playing her game. And for a while we used to keep 2 TVs in the living room where she had her game set up going and I had my game set up going. So like, I think the fondest memories I have though are just like where she is, reading the guide to me, and it's like step by step, where to turn, what to do. Hey, there should be a guy in a black shirt. You're going to talk to him, and then you're going to go over and you're going to do this. I don't see the guy in the black shirt. It says that there's a guy in a black shirt. Go find the guy in the black shirt. I'm not finding a guy in a black. So, I definitely think that's probably one of my best memories. And even still today, like when I fired up Borderlands, I think it was yesterday, she was just like, okay, I'm coming. And she just sat in here and watched me play Borderlands for, an hour or two, whatever. So definitely one of my fondest memories.
It's like your own personal human form of Navi from Legend of Zelda, huh?
Exactly. Hey, listen.
Hey, listen. Here, next question from our listener, Tim Avery in Arkansas. He asks, hey, Gaming Daddies, what are some of your favorite video game soundtracks?
So I actually love Spotify's. They have like gaming cinematics and they have gaming soundtracks. And even when I taught like computer science, I would just turn on that playlist and have it playing throughout class. But like, I mean, you got your normal, like your Halo soundtrack. You've got Last of Us soundtrack is gorgeous. There's actually a couple of specific songs I love. It's called The Last Kingdom. It's a really cool pixel game. I don't care a thing about the game, but the soundtrack is adorable. It's awesome. It's very cool. And then what's the Cult of the Lamb? They have a really good soundtrack.
Yes.
So I think if I had like one choice, if I could pull up one thing that I would just listen to over and over again, it's one of the themes from Cult of the Lamb.
Yeah, that has a pretty banging little soundtrack. I really liked Final Fantasy VII Remake's soundtrack. And the first time you hear that battle music theme, like as soon as I heard it, pause and I just let it play for a while. It was so good. And then like
Gungaga Island or Gungaga Village. That's really cool.
Really, really cool. And then there was, I don't know if you know what this is, but there's a thing called Video Games Live. Like a big orchestra tour. Love that. Tommy Tallarico still runs it. He's old. Like he's an old gaming content creator, and like he writes music, and like he used to review games on G4 TV with I think he was on Electric Playground back when that was still a thing. But like, man, I remember watching Video Games Live on YouTube and just like seeing all that cool stuff, and like them bringing the soundtrack to Warcraft alive, or even from Civilization and like Halo, and man, such good well written music. I could just listen to it forever.
Well, we have the band arrangements.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, what's up?
We have the band arrangements. Yeah.
For me, it's going to probably be a cross between Halo. I don't know. I just, for some reason, that soundtrack is just phenomenal. I
It's
can listen to
amazing.
the whole thing. And I
It's
think it's been
absolutely incredible.
remixed several times. And all of them, I still have them on a playlist. I don't listen to it very often. And then probably going to go with Fallout. There's
Ooh,
something
Okay.
about that menu.
mm-hmm.
I want to say it was Fallout 4.
Yeah.
But it's just when that piano hits right there, it's just kind of like,
Mhm.
oh, it just kind of hits right. I mean, you just know that we're about to dive deep into
Yeah.
the story. But yeah, those are probably my two favorite. Great
Nice.
soundtracks.
Yeah.
Stuff. Fallout 4 is another one where I would just let it sit at the menu just so I can
Just
listen to
listen.
it. Just listen to it. It's awesome. Our last question for this week from listener Anthony Graham in Texas. He says he just built his first PC in January, but he's also a PS5 gamer as well. He's looking for some gaming recommendations. Anything that's story driven, but currently he's currently in like a short bursts phase because he's kind of he's pretty busy until things can quiet down. So do we have any suggestions for him to help him build out his library? I would say that for his PC, I kind of shot him some text messages for some things, but on his PC, he should definitely download the Epic Game Store app because they do the free games. They do, I think it's like 2 or 3 free games that you can download and keep like a week, and it's constantly switching out. A lot of them are like indie game type things, but every once in a while you get some like top tier, like Civilization 6 was just on there a couple of weeks ago, so that I got for free in my library now. So those would be my recommendations. You guys got anything?
Just short burst gaming, just like jump in and play for 5 or 10 minutes type of
Yeah,
stuff.
like a round of golf or a race or something like that. For now, yeah.
That's so difficult to say right now. I mean, I would probably, that's going to be sports related probably for me. I mean, jumping in and do NCAA game or college football, I can usually knock one of those out in about 30 to 45 minutes for a full game, 5-minute quarters, just to kind of like let some steam out, decompress.
Yeah. What about you, Jarrett?
Oh, I'm not the person to ask for this. Cozy gaming is the only thing I can think of for like very short activities, but like I mean I don't really play sports games, so but like I mean cozy gaming, you can go check on your farm, you can go rotate crops or whatever you need to do, check on your villagers, and that doesn't take any time, and there's really no stress. You're not on a time frame, so if you don't get to all of them, you can bounce out. Like they had Nintendo Direct, that Poketopia looks really cool, but that's a Switch game coming out.
Yeah. Unpacking would be a good suggestion. That's a good cozy game.
Oh yeah, Unpacking was a fun game.
Yeah. Cool. Well, hopefully those suggestions kind of help point them in the right direction. This is your community reminder that if you're somebody that's subscribed to PS Plus or Game Pass or the Epic Game Store, don't forget to go and check the rotation of games that are currently out. Grab your free games for this month, build that library, keep that backlog growing. So let's just get on. Let's get into the main event here. So this week we're discussing a lot of big screen adaptations. We're talking about video games that have been adapted into the movies, and so let's just start there. So, referring to our list that we have cultivated here for big screen adaptations, we'll start with the most recent Super Mario Brothers movie. Thoughts? Did Nintendo finally prove that video game movies can actually work and be successful?
I would say without a doubt, yes.
Yeah, I would agree. I think partnering with Illumination, the people who do Despicable Me and Minions, that's perfect. I think that's exactly what needs to happen. Illumination's perfect for this kind of media.
Yeah, I really dug it. And I've not been like a huge Mario gamer lately. I grew up with it through the 80s and 90s and took a break for a while. And since the movie has come out, it's kind of resurged a little bit, So some of my love for it. So yeah, I think Nintendo leaned into what makes Mario loved. We've got the worlds are colorful. It's family friendly. Characters seem larger than life. It's not complicated to follow. Instead of trying to make that Mario the realistic Mario from '93, which we don't talk about very often. I think Illumination. They embraced the game logic. So, you've got the warp pipes and power ups and platforming. And I think kids and adults both enjoyed it. I know I did. I mean, what did it make? $1.3 billion?
That sounds right. Yeah.
That's not a failure by any means.
No, that's a stupid success.
So yeah, I think video game movies can absolutely be a crowd pleaser if the filmmakers respect the source material.
Yeah. And I think with Nintendo working closely with Illumination throughout the process, I think that really did it a lot of favors.
Absolutely.
And really, they had a really cool cast. I mean, if you're looking at the cast list, I mean, you got Jack Black as Bowser, which I didn't know if that would actually work or not, but I think he's great. I think he's fantastic for that. You got Kyrie Payton as the Penguin King, which is one of my favorites. Chris Pratt as your Mario, which a lot of people were kind of hesitant about when it was first announced, but I thought he fit into that role really, really well. Charlie Day as Luigi, great stuff. I mean, John DiMaggio isn't he like involved with like The Simpsons and stuff like that? Am I thinking of a different DiMaggio? And then the standout Keegan Michael Key as Toad is so awesome. Seth Rogen, Fred Armisen. Just a stellar cast. What a cast indeed. And it was just a lot of fun and just really, really cool. So with the success of this movie, why did this succeed where the OG Mario Brothers from 1993 fail? Because boy, what a banger of a movie. What an absolute piece of cinema.
Yeah. Okay. I think I've seen that movie once. Go ahead, Jarrett.
I'm going to be the black sheep. I actually liked the 1993 movie. And here's my reasoning. As a separate medium, when I was a kid, and it was just like, oh, that's Mario. Oh, that's Luigi. Did it follow the lore? Not at all. Did it seem really weird? Absolutely. But it was fun to get this different story of Mario and Luigi. And, so I liked it. Was it phenomenal? No. Definitely was not, I wouldn't call it a kid-friendly movie. It took itself way too seriously. And I think that's really where it failed. Is they tried to make a serious movie they tried to make a Die Hard with Mario and Luigi as opposed to
that's awesome.
Trying to
it was dystopian, right? I mean, it was
it's gritty.
Yes.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like Blade Runner with plumbers or something.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Just I forgot about their tech for when they jump high. They have like those little jump boosters or whatever.
Boots.
The boots, yeah.
I mean, we're laughing about it. Obviously, it made an impression on us.
It's made a good memory.
It kind of reminds me of Street Fighter. Have you ever seen the Street Fighter movie from a year later?
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yes, you haven't seen it.
I never saw it.
Hey, if you love the Super Mario from '93, then you're gonna love Street Fighter.
Now, I said I liked it.
You're gonna like it. You're gonna like it. Had the same reviews and everything. But no, it suffered a similar fate, I do believe. I mean, it was. Yeah. I was excited about that one. I remember seeing that one in the theater because that was a huge Van Damme movie. Van Damme could never go wrong, but he did several times. But as a kid, he was the stuff.
Wanted to be like him. It was awesome. But like, look, the cast of this movie in the '90s, like John Leguizamo, Dennis Hopper as King Koopa. I didn't realize that was Dennis Hopper until after going back and looking through this. Was there anybody else that was just like very well known or became well known? Did anybody's career get a boost from being in this movie? Is this where Dennis Hopper got his start? Dan Castellaneta, he's a Simpsons. He's a Simpsons guy.
Yeah, I'm looking through the cast right now, and nothing is speaking to me really.
Yes.
Yeah, Dan Castellaneta. I mean, he's gone on to do some stuff, but I mean, he doesn't have star power.
No. No.
Did you like that reference, star power?
Yeah.
What?
Stop.
What?
No, his claim to fame is working on Simpsons and Futurama, I think. But so. Oh yeah, so Super Mario Brothers. What a jump! What an improvement from the '90s to the 2023. What is that? Is that 30? That's 30 years between.
Yeah.
Oof. So if you watch the Nintendo Direct or have been seeing anything posted online, then you probably saw that they've announced the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Any thoughts on that? I didn't see the teaser trailer. I just saw some of the images. That's about it.
I mean, it looks gorgeous. Obviously, they're moving to space. What would Mario be like if he could jump worlds, stuff like that? I remember playing the Galaxy. I mean, that was a big, Wii game back in the day. And I remember, we'd pass the controller around and play Mario Galaxy, and that we beat it as a family, in the living room. It wasn't kind of a me in my bedroom, kind of thing. But no, I think it's really cool. I think obviously, like you said, Illumination, I think they're going to do great work with it. Just the entrance, I mean, the music, it strikes so much nostalgia for those games. Seeing the different characters, the mole, the little fish, just the different parts of the game, even the star. I mean, at the very end. So I'm excited for it. I think it'll be great.
Same cast is coming back: Chris Pratt, Anya Taylor-Joy, Jack Black, Charlie Day, Keegan-Michael Key. Now, I admittedly didn't play any of the Galaxy games when they first released, but they did announce that they're releasing them both together as a bundle for Switch. So I may pick that up too. So, what you got any thoughts on this, Jay?
Have they released the cast? I mean, I know they said most of the originals are coming back, which I think is important because that's really what made the original.
They did
release.
I say
the original.
IMDb has those originals, listed.
Well, and on the Nintendo Direct, they did announce that the original cast of Chris Pratt's gonna be Mario, Anna Taylor-Joy, she is still Princess Peach, Jack Black's still Bowser. I can't remember what Key was, but yes, the same cast. Yeah, the same cast that did those.
We played that. I mean, we had the Galaxy game. I played it a little bit. I'm not too familiar with it. It seems like there was a character in it, Rosalina. Do you think she's going to be in it? Have they announced any casting for her?
They didn't announce casting for her, but I would assume she would have to be in this. Yeah.
Well, especially after Donkey Kong took off the new Bonanza game, because it's all about Rosalina.
That's Pauline.
Oh, my bad.
Which that shook up the whole, apparently there's lore to Donkey Kong, and the release of Donkey Kong Bonanza and where it fits in the lore has completely just shaken the whole gaming world when the gaming sect of the Donkey Kong audience, because it's just thrown all the lore into shambles. So chaos in Donkey Kong land. So
well, I mean, and what a great score too. I mean, I watched the trailer. The music has already kind of gave me chills a little bit.
Oh, nice.
I do think that it's definitely it's going places. I think it's going to be one to look forward to.
Brian Tyler is the composer.
Brian Tyler.
Ooh, he wrote for the Expendables trilogy and some Marvel movies.
Beyond that, I think they could be quietly setting up a broader Nintendo cinematic universe with this. Seems like everything Chris Pratt touches, it just turns to gold. I mean, it does. I mean, he would, love him or hate him. It's just, he gets it. He gets film. I mean, you could have that. There's hints of Yoshi and Donkey Kong, Smash Brothers, maybe. Even if it's just a little bit, I don't know if you could do an entire movie on that, but I mean, maybe you could.
Well, I mean, he is married to Arnold Schwarzenegger's daughter, so I mean,
I keep forgetting that. I don't know why that's important, but it's fine. There is a Donkey Kong movie in development, so. So I wonder if they'll keep the same.
And Nintendo, I guess, will still have something to, as long as they're involved with it. I think it could be successful.
Which actually, I don't know who he was. Some high exec that was doing the Nintendo Direct said that they have daily interaction with Illumination to make sure that the Mario movies keep true to the Mario franchise.
The source material.
This next year, it's either this year or next year, is the 40th anniversary of Mario. So that's why there's a big push
the other
right now.
day.
Yeah,
so
that's why there's a big push for Mario stuff going on right now.
Yeah, I love that. It's going to be awesome. So moving right along, our next movie on our list is the recent Borderlands movie from 2024, starring Cate Blanchett, Kevin Hart. Who else do we have in this movie? Jamie Lee Curtis, Ariana Greenblatt, Jack Black, popping his voice back in here again. Gina Gershon. And I think that's really all that stands out to me. So thoughts on the Borderlands movie, if you've seen it. I haven't seen it yet.
As an avid Borderlands fan, I'm really worried about this movie.
You're worried? Have you not seen it?
No, I previously worried about it. Like I
You worried about
refused
it.
to go
You
to the
did worry about
theaters
it.
for
Yeah.
it. I think they pushed way too much to get a cast and not enough about the script, which is very obvious from their Rotten Tomato scores and their IMDb scores.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna let Jay talk before I
Go for
I have
it.
give
so
my
much to talk
rebuttal.
about. Because most of what we're talking about today is probably compare and contrast movies to the games that made them popular. So I'm going to be upfront. I've never played the games, so I'm coming in fresh. It's a different perspective. It felt like it was wild. I'm not going to say that I suffered through it watching it, but I didn't really have anything to compare it to. It was almost kind of like an 80s action flick, over the top, weapons, stacked cast. Oh my gosh. I mean, you were going through them, Kate Blanchett, Kevin Hart, Jamie Lee Curtis, Jack Black. It's almost overwhelming. It's like who's going to get screen time, the most. And it's like, almost felt like Kate Blanchett really kind of stole the show.
Yeah, she took
for me.
stage.
I mean, she's just, I could tell the movie was going to be, it seemed like it was going for comic book energy. The strange creatures, which I really didn't understand. I mean, I'm sure you guys probably get that. It didn't really matter. I don't think that really.
Sure.
If you didn't play the games, I don't think it really mattered. I don't think it had any effect on how good the movie or bad the movie was. Everything was over the top. And so without knowing the source material for what they used, maybe there's a bigger vibe that. Because it underperformed, right? I mean, it didn't do that well in the theaters. I mean, even with that star-studded cast. So I'm assuming it didn't push all the buttons for maybe the diehard fans.
I want to say once it released, it was within that same month or within a month time frame, it was pulled and put on streaming.
Wow.
Like it had a very short-lived theatrical run.
This is a theory of mine, so if the Borderlands, the creators of the Borderland games, they had to have known that this movie was coming out the same year. When did Borderlands come out? Earlier this year? Was it like first quarter or so? Yeah.
Or the game?
The movie.
The movie came out
last
2024.
Oh, so it was last year.
Last August.
It was end of 2024.
Yeah.
So I almost feel like if they would have maybe put it closer to the game's release, maybe it could have done a little bit better. I don't know. But again, I haven't played the game, so I'm going to have to play catch up.
Yeah, a couple of... So I watched the interview on them. Let me give my rebuttal. Those were my first impressions. I'm going to go ahead and skip on to question number 2 about... Specifically, do I think that it captured the essence of the game? And I think in a way, yes. The humor from the game, absolutely. Jack Black, phenomenal. I think he was perfect for Claptrap. I don't think the other characters understood their roles. I think they tried to, but I don't think it was successfully done. Like, you got Jamie Lee Curtis's character of Tannis. She tried to go, because Tannis is supposed to be kind of psychotic, like she's a scientist and she is just over the top. She is obsessed with the vaults and the vault keys and this idea of Pandora, and she's been so alone for so long that she's gone crazy. And so she tried to capture that, but it didn't come across the right way. Tiny Tina, her backstory was that her parents were killed by the bandits, and then she was effectively raised out there in the land, and so she went crazy. I mean, everybody in Pandora is basically crazy. The only reason that Lilith is not crazy is because she wasn't raised on Pandora. Her first time stepping on Pandora was supposed to be as a vault hunter. So this backstory of her being taken from Pandora when she was a kid, and all this other stories about sirens and her mom being a siren. I don't know how lore accurate that is, but they tried to tell a story that was like, well, what is the purpose of this movie? And they tried to tell that story in an hour and a half, and I don't think it was effective. I don't think it was productive. I don't think it captured the essence of what Borderlands is, which is just post-apocalyptic, everybody trying to survive on this barren wasteland where anything at all can kill you at any point in time. And then you have, like you said, these over-the-top guns, these manufacturers that just produce ridiculous guns that all have ridiculous aspects to them. And it's just, bullets are flying everywhere, guns are just flying everywhere, loot everywhere. But like I said, Jack Black, I think him being Claptrap, he was spot on. It's supposed to be a funny little character that is supposed to help out the Vault Hunter. And in this case, it was programmed to help out Lilith or whatever. Anyway, all that to be said, did I like the movie? Yes. I think I have to look at these movies as a separate universe. I can't look at them as lore-specific extensions of the storyline. If I can separate my expectations versus what I'm actually seeing or watching, I think they're fantastic movies. Keep them coming. Yeah. But yeah, I wouldn't.
I'll still have to watch it.
Yeah,
I'll still have to watch it. But I think based on just what I've read from reviews, critic reception, all that stuff, I think if they have an opportunity to make another Borderlands movie in the future, they really need to, like you were saying, lean into the eccentric, lean into the absolute chaos, and just gore, because gore is aplenty right in the games and all that, and just the humor, the dark humor of it all, and all that stuff. So, and just kind of go for it. And don't think you really have to have a star-studded cast to round out your lineup of Vault Hunters. I think maybe have a really solid actor or actress for the villain, and maybe have one of your protagonists be like a Chris Pratt or something like that, someone that can fit into that kind of that role.
I did watching the CEOs or the people, the producers. They were talking about there was Gearbox that was specifically talking about the movie. And they said, number one, we didn't care about how the movie released. What we tried to do is it was a marketing strategy to what is Borderlands, get people to just kind of go, what is this franchise? So they did that on purpose of getting this huge cast so people would go, oh, Kevin Hart's got a new movie. Oh, Kate Blanchett's got a new movie. Oh, and then they went and they saw. So then they were exposed to it. And they said, oh, by the way, we have this new game coming out. You should go check out this new game that's coming out next year. So they said, honestly, we didn't care about the movie performance. What we cared about was more people knew the Borderlands name so that more people would be interested in the video game, as opposed to the opposite marketing strategy of let's make a really good movie so people want to go and play the games.
Hopefully that doesn't damage hopefully it doesn't bleed into Borderlands 4 reception and all that stuff. That hopefully it's not a bad taste left in the mouth. So we'll see. Moving on. My favorite, the Minecraft movie. Thoughts on the Minecraft movie? Did this game even need a movie? I'll start this one. I sat down and watched this movie with Nicole when it came to streaming, because when this movie released, I don't know if you saw the memes about Chicken Jockey and people just losing their minds and referencing all the memes and throwing popcorn everywhere. And so we weren't about to be about that life. So we decided that we were going to dodge all that and wait until it came to our streaming service. And so we're sitting down over the summer and and she wants to watch it. So I'm like, okay, cool, let's watch it. And so we're watching it, and 10 minutes into this, I'm regretting it. 30 minutes in, and she's like, what is this? But it's like a car crash. You just can't look away. So we had to finish this out, and I hated everything about this movie. I have lost respect for Jack Black for being a part of this nonsense. Jason Momoa should retire, because I don't know what happened there. It was awful. I've said my piece.
Do you want to go, Jay, or should I take it?
Okay, so I didn't grow up on Minecraft. I mean, I grew up on watching my kids play it, and I've enjoyed a little bit. It's not something that I feel like, oh, I've got to get back into that game. So there's not a big history for me. I don't have if there's lore there. I wouldn't know about it anyway. I really didn't think it needed a movie. I finally got around to watching it. And to me, it seems like it's just about making, the game is about making your own story, right? I mean, and part of the magic is that it doesn't force you into one like a lot of games are. So seeing it on screen or seeing it on television, seems like the movie was less about telling the definitive Minecraft story and more about capturing just creativity, maybe the spirit of the game. So no, I don't think it needed a movie. Maybe it benefited from one. It seems like a lot of the younger kids lost their absolute marbles over this game. So maybe it was geared towards kids. I mean, even the ones that didn't like. I mean, when did Minecraft come out? How long are we talking?
April of this year.
Well, but the game.
No, the game.
Oh, the game.
Like,
That's
I want to say
15 years or so.
2010s. It has
so yeah,
to be
I mean,
15 years.
most of the kids that really loved this game or loved the movie, weren't even
2009.
born. So
yeah,
2009.
Yeah. And that's kind of where I am. I never grew up on it because I was already in college by then, and I've never played a single. I played maybe 30 minutes of it, and I had no clue what I was doing. And so I don't really thrive in sandbox games anyway. I kind of need like, why am I doing this? What direction am I going? Where am I? What's the point in me building this home? Right. So like, I agree. I think it's definitely geared for a younger cast. I think I'd have a different, if I knew, and it's the same conversation I was having with Ellen when we were watching it, because we did the same thing. We waited until it came out. But it was like, if I knew the references, I might find it funnier, but I had no clue what the references were talking about.
You felt like you were not a part of the inside joke. I felt like Michael Scott. I'm laughing at the things and like, oh, inside joke. I'd love to be a part of one someday. And just kind of like awkwardly laughing at the things going on without really actually getting it.
Yeah. So, I mean, did it need a movie? I don't know. Maybe diehard fans really liked it. Casting choices. Oh my God. Jack Black, I loved him, but even I was just like, oh, are we sure this is the role for Jack Black? Like the scene,
it's a rare
great.
miss.
I mean, but like him putting on that armor, I was just like, oh, please don't.
Honey, no.
So,
honey,
no.
You can't unsee it now.
No. And then, oh my gosh, what was the
I'm not even sure you can play the game without unseeing.
What was the thing where him and Jack Black and Jason Momoa, where they did like the reverse fly thing, and I was just like, what are we doing?
Oh my gosh.
What is going on?
Did that make you feel uncomfortable?
Watching?
Yes.
Watching that?
That was awful.
I really questioned the rating of the movie after that. So that's all I'm saying.
I'm with you, brother.
Man, so that's a rare miss for Jack Black, and because he's usually.
I don't think it was a miss
for him.
I don't think it was a miss. I think with the audience, because it still made pretty decent money.
Dude, that movie made over $1 billion.
Yeah, I think it was intentional. I think 100% they knew exactly the movie they were going to make, and they knew that people like us, and all right, they knew we weren't going to get it, and they didn't care.
Nope.
They knew it was going to be the 10-year-olds, the 8-year-olds to 14 boys. They were gonna sink their teeth into this. I've seen all the memes and the clips of chicken jockey. I mean, I've seen it over and over, and I'm thinking, what the crap is this? I don't understand. And the kids are going, you just don't understand. Middle school, junior high kids, you don't understand. I can't explain it to you.
Lava, chicken.
Did you know that stupid song he sang actually charted?
Of course.
Dude, because of course
I'm not
it did.
surprised.
A 30-second song charted. It's amazing.
We have someone in our
chat.
Well,
it's someone in our chat that says the students
Mario
went crazy about Chicken Jockey.
The tune that he did for Mario. I mean,
Peaches.
It's the same thing.
But Peaches is amazing.
Yeah, Peaches is amazing.
There's your next marching show, free of charge.
Well, no, we're going Soda Pop first.
You got to do Soda Pop and Princess Peach, or Soda Pop and Peaches.
What? A gaming.
Then your post game can be a Lava Chicken. Is that what that song's called?
That's what it is.
Jesus.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on. I think
gaming.
I'm just gonna get mad if I keep talking about Minecraft movie here.
So, gaming on TV adaptations. Let's start with The Last of Us. This released on HBO. Pretty good little cast. You have Pedro Pascal, who is seemingly cast in everything nowadays, as Joel, and I forget, Bella Ramsey was what's her name? Ellie, and I forget who else was in there. I haven't watched the show because I wasn't a fan of the game to begin with, so this didn't really advertise itself towards me. So what made this show work so well? Because it was very well received. It's still well received, and they're working on the final season, which is season 3. So what made this work?
I mean, I don't mind starting. I think what made it work was Pedro Pascal's, like, his chemistry with the girl that played Ellie. I think they worked so well together. I think he worked as a Joel. The girl, I don't think quite captured Ellie, but enough people could look past that because their chemistry together works so well. But just the storyline is so strong, and you attach to these characters. And I think they changed enough of the storyline, like the way that you're infected, the traversal. It was enough. What's the word? Not horror. It's enough suspense that kept people like on the edge, but it wasn't so much that it became borderline horror movie. It was more about the story. It was about the cinematics, and it truly did follow along with the storyline that they had in the games. So I think that's why it was so successful and why it worked.
And this had a really good cast this does have a really good cast of people, filling this thing out. Bella Ramsey, we said, Pedro Pascal, Gabriel Luna was Tommy. He was, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't he in Rogue One? Was that him, or am I thinking of someone else? Isabella Merced is Hawk Girl in the new Superman movie. Danny Ramirez is Falcon and Falcon and the Winter Soldier and Brave New World. Caitlin Dever.
Gabriel Luna. He's been in a lot of stuff because I just looked him up. I don't know if you guys remember Terminator, the Terminator series there for a time, or the movie, the Dark Fate. He's in that.
That's right. He's the Terminator in that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., he's in that too.
Yeah,
so he's been in some stuff.
Profile. Yeah.
Well, then you got Nick Offerman, who played Bill.
Yeah. Catherine O'Hara.
I think he was one of my
in this movie too. But she was the mom in Home Alone.
Oh, yeah.
And she's in Schitt's Creek as well.
Yeah, David.
I was really impressed with Abby. I didn't really care too much for the Ellie casting. I thought it worked with Pedro.
Yeah.
I thought that, like what you were saying, the chemistry that worked out just fine, and I could see past it. I have not watched the second season because a lot of that is just setting up. It's just setting. From everything that I've read about it, it's just setting up The Last of Us 2. It is a beat for beat. Other than like what Jarrett was saying about the infections.
Yeah.
It's the cinematic capture from the game
it's the YouTube.
It's just because I don't have a PlayStation. I've not played the game. I've seen a lot of gameplay. So I know how the game plays, and it does look like a great game. But I thought, was it Caitlin Dever or Caitlin Dever? I'm not sure how you pronounce her name, but I thought she was fantastic. I thought her casting and her delivery, I thought she was probably one of the best actresses on the show.
A lot of people were in an uproar because they felt that she should have been Ellie.
And I can
not
see
Bella
that.
Ramsey. Because she looks so much like Ellie that she should have been it. And they're working on season 3, which will be the final season of the show. But Neil Druckmann took himself out of season 3, so he's no longer involved with it because he's going back to working on games and stuff. So I don't know if that's signaling anything or not, but I don't know.
I think I need to give season 2 a chance, even though because I know what's going to happen. Yeah. But just to see where they're going to take season 3, I suppose.
Yeah. So. Moving on to another gaming show, Halo on Paramount Plus. I've not seen this one. Have you guys seen this? Have you guys watched this?
I am currently watching it.
I am too. How many episodes are there in the first? There's only one season, right?
No.
Or is there a second season? Oh, there is 2? Okay. Yeah. I have definitely not seen the second season. I want to say I'm about halfway through the first season.
Yeah. I'm on episode 7. Do you want to start, Jay? I'd started the last one.
Yeah, because you'll probably be able to tell us a little bit more about your experience. But for me, there's a big gap between fans and just casual audience members when it comes to Halo. For longtime players, and that's like me. I've played all the Halo games, loved them all for the most part, even the ones that people hate. I liked them. The decision to reveal Master Chief's face so early, it just killed the mystery for me. I mean, and it took away from what made that character so iconic. I get that TV sometimes feels like they need to humanize characters. You know, they did that with Pedro Pascal's character and The Mandalorian. And I felt like they did it eloquently there. There was some backlash for that. But in this case, it felt like just a major misstep. Casual audiences probably don't care. It didn't bother them at all. But for me, it broke the immersion.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes. Well, and for me, like, I think they took, when they had him remove his helmet, it no longer was about Master Chief, and it became about Pablo Schreiber, who's the guy that played Master Chief.
Yeah.
And so, and you start watching this, and I was with it for a while. Like, I mean, the first episode, they started off, and I was so excited. Like, you know, you had this rebel base, you had all the, and they were looking out for whatever, and then you have this Covenant attack, and then, you know, I'm like, holy crap, these look real. This is really awesome. And then the Spartans come, and they're coming and attacking, and I'm like, okay, hold on. Now, Master Chief wasn't really in charge of Silver Team. Why is he doing this? Like, and then they start going at it, and they start attacking, and I'm like, okay, I can get past that. And then immediately they go off, and they start taking things off script of, you know, the 17 games that I've played, and I'm like, okay, now you're starting to lose me. Then they start selling, you know, these characters and their stories about, you know, their backstories, or, you know, even John, his backstory of how he became a Spartan. Like, I was like, that's not how that happened. Like, and the further I get, the more it's kind of throwing in the accuracies of the backstory. But I'm like, okay, but the way you presented it at first was not how you just said. Like, I don't. Because, like, for instance, when he first meets Halsey, he's playing King of the Hill, and she notices him. He is the tallest kid out there. Well, that's not how the movie did it. They made him the smallest kid up there. And they're not playing King of the Hill. They're playing Last Man on the Bridge. You know, and then she brings him over, and they do the coin toss, and he wins 10 out of 10. And he can predict it before it lands what it's going to be. And so, like, those little things, it's just like, okay, well, now y'all are, again, it's the same thing with, like, Borderlands or the other stuff of, like, now you're creating your own storyline, and you're just using the franchise for your own way of storytelling. And it seems like he's spending less and less time in his armor, which is the most notable part of what people recognize the Spartans as in Master Chief and the Halo series, is for that Mjolnir armor. And they're spending less and less time in that armor. So, like, I don't know. I'm going to give it a chance. I'm going to keep pushing. I also don't like, I think Halsey is correct in the way that she's portrayed. She is a diehard scientist, and that's all she cares about is the scientific progress, and her decisions are scientifically driven, not emotionally driven. But the person they've got, that's Natasha, I don't know. I just don't know that was the right casting choice. But I don't know that I would have chosen this Pablo guy for Master Chief either. But I've also nobody knows what Master Chief looks like. So, I mean, as far as what his face should be, I guess that's right. But
yeah, I guess it can be whatever they want it to be. You know, it's just, to me, it was a reimagining of the Halo universe. Kind of like, I guess, you guys with Borderlands. I mean, it's kind of like, hey, we're going to go this direction and hope it works.
Yeah, looking at the cast list on IMDb, like, I don't know any of these people, and it's a very long list of you know, for your cast, and I know nobody. Like, nothing.
You know, you should know Bern Gorman. He's a pretty popular name.
Bokeem Woodbine.
Seen him.
If you guys see that actor, he's been in several things. Not a huge actor. He's not an A-lister, but I think he was Soren 66, and he stands out to me. I remember him more than Pablo. You know, it's just weird to me. I like what Jarrett was saying. I thought the first episode was almost a home run, really. The very first episode, I thought, this is going to be really good. Oh, I am going to spend so much time watching this show. And then, didn't they reveal his face in the first episode or the beginning of the second or something? I mean, it didn't take long.
No, it was the end of first.
Yeah, I mean, I thought, whoa. Okay, where are we going here? So
there's a big question I want to ask once we get to the end of all this, and I'm tempted to ask it now, but I'll save it. I'll save it for later. So moving on, we have Fallout. This was on
Mm-hmm.
Amazon last year. Rave reviews.
Yes.
Currently promoting its second season, which drops this December. And I believe, after reading a few interviews or some articles that released over the past couple of weeks, that they have plans for at least 6 seasons altogether.
Wow.
So there is a plan in place. So thoughts on the Fallout show? I loved this show. This was one of the most anticipated shows that I've been wanting to watch since it was first announced a few years back. And I mean, I was just so excited because I love that series, and I've played that series since the first one came out on PC many moons ago, and have played everything all up until this point. And I was just so excited to see that we're actually bringing this world to life. Yeah, Ella Purnell as Lucy McLean, who I thought is just incredible. Walton Goggins is a national treasure, and he should be in everything always because he's amazing. I just love him as the ghoul, and I just love everything that he does. He's really cool, and there's just lots of Chris Parnell's in it, which is funny seeing him in that kind of a role. But I just loved this show, how it brings that world to life, all the nods and the references and the Easter eggs and things, and the story's really solid. The way they portray the Brotherhood. What do you guys think?
Well, I'm going to give you a theory as to why I think Fallout worked where the other ones didn't. Is if anybody spent any time going through the other vaults in the Fallout series, you'll know that each vault was designed, and this may be a spoiler for 20-something-year-old games, but each vault was used as a scientific research. And so each one, they were not just designed to be nuclear safe, they were meant to do experiments on people.
Yep.
And so having all these different vaults, I mean, Fallout 4, you were from Vault 101, but you go in Vault 88 and it was a totally different place. You go into Vault, 103 or whatever it was that you could do, or Vault 111. I think you were from Vault 111. But you go and you can customize your own vault. And so I think where this succeeded is this Vault 31. You saw this as, okay, this is another experiment, and they do things completely different. So they don't have to be lore accurate the same way everybody else was. They were costume accurate. There were lots of nods to the equipment, the weapons, the characters, and even, about the ghouls, about, people that were infected or whatever. But, and like you said, the Brotherhood, but they didn't have to be Vault specific about the lore. So I think this one really thrived where the other ones didn't, because they could take chances with the lore and nobody's going to question them about it.
Yeah, so I'm about 4 or 5 episodes in. I'm not as far along as you guys are. Have both of you finished the series?
Yes. Yes.
I'm looking forward to this because I didn't stop watching it because I didn't like it. It's just life got in the way.
Sure.
But I felt like it mixed the dark humor, the absurdity of the game, the post-apocalyptic grit that makes it just addictive. But even in the first few episodes, you could tell the creators understood the weird charm that the franchise delivers on. The vault sequences, the wasteland, the massacre in Vault 32, or at least you think it's a massacre, right? The quirky characters, it just felt like I was stepping back into that world because I'm such a Fallout fan.
Yes.
I love those games, except for Fallout 76, but we won't talk about that. But outside of that online game, all of the games have just had so much charm to them.
It felt like watching an actual real life version of one of the games.
Absolutely.
I mean, it just and even like you were saying, Tedder, like with they could take chances with the lore. I mean, even with what they were doing with that vault, that's still lore specific because that's how it works in the game. Each vault is its own different social experiment. So.
Walter Goggins just hits it out of the park, man.
My gosh.
I mean, I've not really seen the man play a bad role. He's great at everything. He's so into it.
Yeah, and he goes for it. He really does go for it. And I want to go and find Walton Goggins specific things so I can see him in more things because he's just so good. And the dog, love the dog.
And dog.
Oh, dog. Love that. It's so good. And like with season 2 coming out in December and knowing what it, have you seen the teaser for it, Jay? Are you trying to
No,
keep yourself
yeah,
spoiled?
I'm
Non-spoiled?
staying away from it.
Okay, no spoilers here.
But I know I've got a few episodes to get there, so
Yeah, so no spoilers here, but man, I'm even more excited for season 2 than I was season 1. So it's just so I could sit here and rave about it all night, but there it is. Even the pre-war story, like the flashbacks, were really well done, and like the mystery there, like with how they had all that stuff set up, like the vaults, like how they were getting set up, and how he was involved in all of that, how integral he was to that was just is really cool and fascinating. So I'm excited to get more pre-war flashback stuff. So that should be cool. The cast is really stellar. I love the guy that Lucy befriends from the Brotherhood, and I don't remember if we've met anybody else outside of that faction. No, I mean,
You
great,
got,
so.
like you said, you got Walter Goggins, who, I mean, is he supposed to be the mayor of Good Neighbor? Is he supposed to be? Because that's how he portrays himself.
I don't know.
That's a little Fallout 4, but
mystery.
anyway,
Mystery.
so
yeah, go ahead.
I think that, yeah, you're right. That's the only people that we really know, or the only factions we really know of right now.
Mm-hmm. So this brings me right to the question I was going to ask. We've had some examples tonight of adaptations that really hit, that really did well, and then you had adaptations that really did not, that really missed the mark completely. And so I guess there's two questions I want to ask here. Is the first one being, when a video game movie, because I really think we're in a time where video game movies are going to be extremely successful. Like that's the next thing. Like you're getting these game adaptations because you have Legend of Zelda in the pipeline, right? And I think Nintendo really has this figured out because they're working with the movie studios on how to properly adapt these franchises. And so my question is that how it should be? If a video game is going to be adapted into any type of medium, TV show or movie, should the main studio of that game be tightly coordinated with the studio itself and making sure that it's being adapted correctly? Or are we going to have a situation where you have your Halos and your 1993 Super Mario Brother and Street Fighter and things like that? So what are your guys' opinions on that?
Yeah, I think the game studios have got to be involved. It's the only way. I mean, I can't cite very many examples of studios just going their own way and go, hey, we're going to make this Halo movie or Street Fighter movie, and of course, I don't know if you know this or not, there's going to be another Street Fighter movie.
Yes.
It's in the pipeline, and and I don't know much about that. I haven't researched that for the show today, but I think if the gaming studio is going to be involved, I think it has a better chance, TV or movie. If the franchise is huge like Metroid or something like that, that might have to be a series. But I could see it working as a movie if they planned it out just right. I don't know. I don't know if there's a magic formula for one or the other. I think it does require the gaming studios to be involved.
Yeah. What you think, Tedder?
Yeah. Well, I mean, even the Halo series, 343 Studios was involved with them. But, I mean, what about the original creators? Where were the people from Bungie that, spent so much time building the lore? Why were they not involved in this? Just because 343 is in charge of them now, why did we not deep dive? But anyway, I mean, that's a segue. Like Mario worked, they still have the original designer. He still works for Nintendo. Like having him involved, you can really keep the essence of Mario alive.
Yeah.
I only think they need to keep these studios in daily, if not, have them every single process of this, every step of the design process. They need to be checking, double checking, and have a team that's committed to, is this accurate? Is this a representation of the characters? Is this story going to sell correctly or not? And I think, like we were talking about, the reason Last of Us was successful was because it was word for word, scene by scene, specific to the game. So your gaming people, it was nostalgia for them, for a beloved franchise, for a beloved game. And then you've got Mario, which wasn't scene by scene because there's so many games, but they made sure to capture the essence of the characters and the interactions and the chemistry between the characters. Same thing with Fallout. They were involved, and the lore lined up because it was a different vault. But they still, even outside the vault, they still lined up the lore.
Yeah.
So
when you're one of these big studios and when you're creating these projects, are you who are you making these movies for? Are you trying to cast the net to the general audience, maybe the normies that may not be familiar with these projects? Are you trying to cater to your loyal fan base, the people that have grown up, with Mario their whole life at this point, and things like that, and hoping that maybe along the way you can catch in new audience members? I mean, if you were that studio head, what would your philosophy be on that? Who are we making this content for?
Well, I think it depends on who, like you said, who's greenlighting this. If it's the CEO, they're going to be worried about investors and money. They're going to say, "Can I get a return from this? Is this going to help grow our franchise? Are we getting any payback from this movie? Are we getting any box office money from this or no?" If you are a developer, I think you're just, hey, how many more people can reach the story that I helped create? And then if you're an original creator, if you're a concept person, I think you're sitting here saying, I want to make sure that this captures the essence of this character. I want to make sure that this chemistry stays alive. If there was a romance between these two people, I want to make sure that romance comes alive the same way that I envisioned it to come alive. So I think everybody's wanting a different outcome from a movie. But at the end of the day, it's all money. So, I mean, it's got to have a return. There's got to be either a push towards the game, or there's got to be some kind of pocket change that comes back from the movie being a success.
Mm-hmm. About you, Jay?
I agree with Jared. I mean, it's just like a number one hit. You know what I mean? With music, you don't know what you're going to get sometimes, and they were successful with Minecraft. I thought that just watching the trailer, I thought this movie is going to suck. I mean, everything about it just to me, and I wasn't really a fan of Minecraft anyway, so I just thought, but it was a hit.
It worked.
And I think that they knew somehow they tailored maybe the trailers or whatever for that age group. And sometimes it's the age group, and I think they knew that when they were filming it, with the plot and the characters. It is surprising to me that the people they got to be in that movie agreed to do it. But it worked, I guess. I guess it depends on how you define worked. Is it money, or is it just the review of the movie itself?
Sure. So, do you feel like video game adaptations would be more successful as a long format TV show, like a TV series with multiple seasons, or do you see them being more successful as movie installments? I think that there could be success either way, because I think we have two really amazing examples of that. You have Fallout on the TV series side of things, and then you have movies like the Super Mario Brothers movie and Minecraft on the movie side. So I think this harkens back to earlier, like how much of the game developer input, or how closely we're working together to faithfully adapt and bring this world to life and really appeal to those folks. What do you guys think?
I think it goes to the type of game.
Yeah.
I think your RPGs that have 80 to 120 hours of gameplay and all these different winding story paths, and I think those are better suited for TV series, whereas your straightforward hour and a half, 5 hour, 8 hour game, whatever, that has an hour and a half of cinematography behind it, I think those are going to be better left as movies. You can't stretch an 8 hour game into 8 1-hour episodes and 3 seasons long. So, I mean, you look at the most successful TV shows and you're looking at, Fallout, which is, 120-hour game. You're looking at, and how many, my God, there's 7 Fallout games, if you include all the DLCs. So, like, you can stretch that storyline out. But, like, Mario, there's a ton of games, but it's still the story of Mario saving Princess Peach and maybe Luigi thrown in there somewhere, and Yoshi, or just your other characters giving cameos. I mean, that's...
So would you watch an Elder Scrolls TV show?
Would I? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Dungeons and Dragons. I watch it all the time. But
that's fair. What about you, Jay? You have any input on this?
Well, I don't know. I agree with Jared. I mean, I think if you've got all these characters, like when you talk about Elder Scrolls and you talk about Fallout, the characters go on and on and on, and so many people get attached to different ones, you know, that they want to see. They want to see on the big screen, or they want to see on the television. That trying to pull that off on in a 2 hour, 2.5 hour movie, it's just, you're just going to make people mad eventually, because it's going to be like, oh, my character's not there. Well, in a series, you never know. It could be coming up. It could be like in the second season. It could be down the road. So yeah, I'm just going to ditto what Jared said on that.
And I think, and I just kind of thought about this, like, I think the type of game it is, like you guys were talking about, like if it's like an RPG where you are the actual character, there's not like a set protagonist. Like in Halo, you have Master Chief. That's who you are. And so in the Halo show, if you're trying to adapt the Halo show, like you're tied to the lore, hopefully, of Master Chief, and don't screw it up, but it sounds like they kind of are. But like if you're like adapting Fallout, there's not a set protagonist for that, because
Right.
you are that.
I think Halo could have worked as a movie. And at one time, it was planned to be a movie long before this series, and it fell through the cracks. I need to research that more to find out what happened, but it was probably money. But Halo could have been a great movie. I could see a trilogy there of just...
Well, and Halo did have a movie. They had, you know, the separate artists. They did the Fall of Reach. They did all that stuff where each of the artists made their own version of it, and it was very successful. But they also captured different viewpoints or different stances of the Halo series. I think if they would have taken the Halo series and used a different Spartan as the main protagonist, I think if they would have done it from the viewpoint of Covenant, if they would have told the story from, you know, just the viewpoint of Halsey or the viewpoint of Commander Keyes, you know, I think that would have been a completely different series. But because they made 117 the primary character, the main protagonist, and so many people are attached to that, everybody had expectations for what he should be, and they did not meet that expectation.
Interesting. Well, there's lots of different schools of thought. I mean, and yeah, I mean, I agree with you on all those points. And I think shows like Fallout, you know, you're not tethered. You're tethered to the lore of the world, but not to the lore of any one specific character that you make your main character of that show, because it could be anyone. It's you.
Yep.
So, no, I think that's great. But yeah, I think video game adaptations, if done correctly, and like you guys were saying, like if you put the right game in the right series, or the right game with the right movie, if you pair that correctly, then I think that they could be very successful and keep the studios involved. Keep them involved, please. So, are there any upcoming projects or movies that are in development that are in the pipeline that you might be excited for?
They do have a BioShock movie coming.
Yes, which I read is going to adapt the first game.
That could be good.
Instead of being its own thing. So I'm really excited about that, because that first game was really, really amazing.
Yes, and gorgeous.
And they're currently filming Street Fighter, which I'm very excited to see. And it's going to be very, like, video game accurate. So, like, 50 Cent has been cast to play Balrog, and they just released a picture of him, and, like, he's, like, in the getup. He is in the getup.
Okay.
His hair is cut like Balrog. He's got the boxing gloves and the boxing shorts and stuff. And they released another picture of Guile, but, like, the shadow on the ground type thing, and he has the iconic haircut. And Akuma is going to be really good. He's supposed to be really accurate. And then Jason Momoa,
of course,
is going to be Blanca.
I could see that.
And so I'm very excited about that. But there's one casting choice they made. Das Malchion is his last name, I think. He's going to be Bison. He was one of the security worker people that worked with Paul Rudd's security company in Ant-Man and the Wasp. He was the tall, lanky one, but he's supposed to be M. Bison, so I haven't really put those two things
He's a
together
very
yet.
good villain.
Is he really?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen him as a villain.
Yeah, I mean, he's been... I don't know. He's been in a few different things that I've seen him in, like the Suicide Squad. I think he's in that movie.
Oh yeah, he was the Polka Dot Man, wasn't he?
Yeah, and I think he's
that.
Dark Knight.
Yeah.
There's a couple other things I've seen him in, but he just has that look. I mean, that villainous look. And Bison is definitely that. So,
oh my gosh, who just the picture of the image of M. Bison from the old school Street Fighter movie.
yeah,
popped
I could see him owning that role though.
I mean, yeah. So then you have the Zelda movie coming out or being worked on, and that's going to be interesting. Are they gonna make Link talk? Do we want that, or do we want Navi there? And for an hour and 45 minutes,
It's going to be weird if he doesn't talk, and it's going to make so many people mad.
Yeah. Ooh, I'm excited.
It could work.
It could. I mean, they made Mario talk and Luigi talk. That worked. And Donkey Kong. So there you go. The new Sonic movie,
know
Sonic
he has,
4, which...
Well, pause. We do know what his voice should sound like because of every time that you sit there and you try to do like a jump slash, yeah. You also know what his voice is because every time you try to fast travel from rolling or you run into a fence, you know exactly what he sounds like. So, I mean, we could effectively AI his voice. We get 11 labs this. We'll make it work.
That's the only thing he can say. That's his only speaking roles is those grunts.
Grunts.
He gets burned. He gets burned. He has to cook. He has to use the cooking pot, and he has to whistle all those tunes and hum all those tunes. Yeah, Jesus. Sonic 4 is being worked on. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
What a stellar franchise. I don't know if you guys like the Sonic movies or not, but as a Sonic kid growing up, I was just on cloud nine. They're all really good. Idris Elba as Knuckles is something I didn't know I needed in my life, but he's amazing. He's such a doofus. Is so awesome. And then Jim Carrey, of course, as Robotnik is perfect. So, what about y'all?
Just for upcoming movies, I think the Zelda movie is probably the most hyped. Is that 27 or is that next year? Is that 26?
27. It's 27, I think.
Oh, so I thought it was unannounced.
Yeah, I think they're aiming for 27.
But I think Street Fighter is next year.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I guess that's probably. And I'm not a big Sonic fan. I mean, I played it when I had the Sega Genesis, and I enjoyed the games, but the movies were just too kind of kiddie. For me, so I just really didn't get into those. But Street Fighter, I'm down for that.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I mean, until I see some solid evidence that these are actually being worked on, I'm not going to get my hopes up too hard. But I mean, you've got Legend of Zelda, Ghost of Tsushima, another Detective Pikachu, BioShock,
so good.
And then your TV shows. Apparently, you've got. Which I forgot about Twisted Metal being a TV show. I haven't watched it. The Witcher kind of fell off when they let go of, my man. God of War TV show. Gears of War TV show. Assassin's Creed coming to Netflix. So, I mean...
Is that a live action adaptation or is it animated?
Of what? Assassin's Creed?
Assassin's Creed.
Don't get me lying to you. I don't know.
I know they did an animated project, I think.
I think it's live action. The TV series. Yeah. I think it's live action.
Okay. I see.
It is live action. Yep. So we'll see. I mean, and Gears of War. Oh, no, God of War is on Prime. So Assassin's Creed live action coming to Netflix. God of War on Prime Video.
Who was it that voiced Kratos? Christopher Judge. Is that his name?
Yes.
I don't know if this is factual or not, but apparently he's in the running to actually be Kratos in the series.
Okay.
And I'm like, I mean, that makes sense. So there it is. So reminding me of the original Super Mario Brothers and then its glow up 30 years later. Here's another good one for you. The old school Mortal Kombat movies and then these new ones that they're doing now. Did you guys like the old school Mortal Kombat movies? Or did you even watch them?
Never watched them.
I've never watched them.
They're so good. So cheesy, so bad, but they're so good. So good. And the new one, when they rebooted it, is also really good too, and the second one looks really, really pretty dope as well. All right, so let's go into hypothetical town here. If you could greenlight one game or a game series into a movie or series, which one are you doing?
I think I'm going with Metroid. I know you guys have heard me mention that several times, but I think for me that could go. I think it would be better off maybe as a movie, kind of like Mario, because there's some lore there, but I think it could survive on its own in a rich universe with all that atmosphere and exploration. There's so many different ways they could go with that. So I think that I'd like to see something like that.
Yeah, but if she takes off her helmet and Samus is a boy, I'm done.
If the movie isn't done fast enough, you can't get the secret ending.
If she doesn't compact her body into a little ball, an orb, and roll around, I'm done. I don't want to watch it.
My gosh.
I don't know. I think I would. I'm excited for what they have coming out. If it actually comes out, I would love to see it as Zelda game. I think I've been hyped about that. I mean, we watched the old school TV show from Zelda, but I mean, it wasn't really great. So.
Ooh,
I would love
forgot
a
there was
really
an old
good
school
version.
TV show. Yeah.
Cartoon. Yep.
Yeah. For me, I think StarCraft would be a good franchise to adapt into like a movie. I think that would make a really good movie. It's a rich universe, and the lore is all there. And it's all really well told in the series. So you could farm that a lot and really adapt it 1-to-1 and be really, really good stuff. Big budget movie. You could have a pretty strong cast with that. And I could see that as a potential franchise if you keep Blizzard in the picture, right? And, you give it the time and attention that it needs. You got things like Warhammer being adapted. I think Warhammer is also going to be a really good hit because Henry Cavill is involved with it. Games Workshop's going to be involved with it. They're working on a TV series. So with Henry Cavill being the super fan that he is of that particular gaming medium, then I think that could be the litmus test for can we adapt dark video game, content into good series and good movies and things like that. So I really think StarCraft would be an excellent choice in my opinion. So yeah,
I like StarCraft.
Yeah, it was fun. So as we wrap up our episode this week of talking about our video game adaptations, what has worked, what hasn't worked, we want to hear from you, our community, our amazing listeners. What adaptations of video game franchises did you enjoy, and which ones did you think not enjoy? Regardless of critical reception or box office success, which ones worked for you, which ones didn't work? What do you want to see adapted in the future? What do you hope gets adapted into the future? If you were a studio head, who are you making these things for? Are you making them for your fan base, or are you making them for the broader community? Drop your suggestions, drop your insights into our social media platforms, onto our comment sections of our YouTube, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcasts. So gentlemen, quick recap. What's the one adaptation that has worked best for you when it comes to video games, or live action, or animated media?
I'm going Super Mario Brothers, the latest one. They got it right. They got the formula. That's the hit right there.
Yeah, absolutely,
hands down.
1,000% agree. And I really think Nintendo is going to be the studio to beat. Nintendo and Illumination are really going to set the bar, and that's going to be the thing to clear for all these other people that are starting to get into this. Do you agree with that as well, Jarrett?
Yep. Yeah, 100%.
Other community questions. What makes games hard to adapt into movies? Is it the story content? Is it the characters? Is it the concept itself? Do game stories even work as movies, or are they better left interactive, meaning it's better left alone to be played the way it was intended? Before we get out of here, I do want to send a special shout out to our community members who sent in questions for us. Aaron Schaefer from Texas, Tim Avery from Arkansas, and Anthony Graham from Texas. Appreciate you dropping in your questions and us having the opportunity to address those here on the show. If you have questions for us that you would like to ask, please, again, drop them in the comment section below. You guys have any final thoughts before we get out of here?
Thank you guys for listening.
I had a lot of fun with this one. Yep.
Oh, yeah, this was awesome. So don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share this on all the social media platforms. It's been awesome. Hope you all have a great week, and we'll catch you next time.
You too, Chris.
All right, yeah.
Thanks, y'all.